Rogers TV. You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
We're back in Sauble Beach for another awesome classic car show. I'm here with Jeanette. Hi, Jeanette. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet you. So tell me a little bit about how long you've been coming to this car show particularly.
This particular one, about 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, I've owned the car for 35.
For this car for 35 here? What kind of car is this behind us?
It's a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air.
1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. It's an absolutely beautiful color. Is this the same car that's been coming out to the car show for 20 years?
Yep.
So is this one on the beach when the car show was on the beach as well?
Yes, it was.
Do you ever get to do other car shows with it?
Yes, we do Southampton on Thursday nights, and we go to all the ones that are down country, like Chesley and all those.
Is Sauble Beach one of the bigger ones?
It's the best one.
It's the best one? Okay, give me 2 reasons why Sauble Beach Car Show is the best car show.
Well, we live local.
So it's easy to get to.
And I know a lot of people that come here.
Are you a part of the Sunset Cruisers Club?
Yep.
How long have you been a member of that?
20 years. It used to be Sauble Beach Sunset Cruisers.
Okay.
Now it's Sauble Beach Cruisers. I forget what they do now. I got it on my
There's
jacket.
too many names.
Yeah. It got changed after COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love to. Do you have the jacket with you?
I do.
I'd love to see the member jacket.
That was the original name.
That's the original one right there?
Yeah.
So that's a special one then. It's the original jacket.
Yeah.
This one's looks like it's ready for rain. You guys don't bring the cars out when it's raining, do you? Just the jackets.
Well, I wear the jacket a lot because I'm always cold.
That's awesome. Well, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your beautiful Bel Air? You've had it for 35 years.
Yeah.
And I'm really loving these little dice on the locks here. Did you put those on? That's not...
We did. No, we put them on. We got them in Vegas one time. We were down there.
Oh, yeah.
And the wheels also have them on the
Oh, yeah,
filler
there
tubes.
too. So it matches. Did this?
Yeah.
You brought this car down to Vegas?
No.
No?
No.
Do you do any long road trips in it?
We have.
What's the best one? Best memory in the car?
Oh, geez. Probably one of the best was Tobermory. We had a lot of fun up
Tobermory,
there.
yeah. It's beautiful up there.
Well, it's not that far, but.
Well, it doesn't have to be far to be fun.
Yeah. No.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Why don't you take us a quick look at the interior? Why don't you give us a tour of the inside here?
Well, when I bought this car, the interior was in boxes in the trunk. It was in restoration. And so I got it for a really good price. And I had a fellow install the interior, hood liner and all the seat covers. And put new rocker panels on. And it's had a paint job. It's about 9 years old now. But
The paint job's 9 years old?
It's an original color. It's tropical turquoise.
This is I love this. Tropical turquoise is the name of the color.
Yeah.
I love the contrast, the white top on it as well. It's very cool. Do you think
You can.
Do you think we could pop the hood and look inside?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
Now, there's a story behind this engine.
Well, now I'm curious. You have to tell me the story behind the engine.
Well, the engine that was in it when I got it wasn't really great. So my husband Dale was talking to a guy that was selling this engine. And it's out of a Chris Craft boat. And it was the one that went reverse. So my joke to people is, it only goes backwards.
You got to put the engine in backwards so you can go forward.
No, they changed the cam and everything in it, right? But that's not the original motor for this car, but it is the same motor that was in it.
Right. So you literally got this off a boat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. What a cool story. What are these here? These
Ooga horns.
Ooga
Have you
horns?
ever heard of?
I want to hear them. What's an ooga horn?
Well, it's different than a horn. Do you want to hear it?
I want to hear an ooga horn.
Just watch everybody jump.
I'm thinking it's going to go, auga. Is that your regular horn?
That is my horn.
That's amazing. That's so cool. When did you put those in?
Oh, I don't know, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. Yeah.
Was it just for fun? You just decided?
Oh, yeah. We have more than just this car.
Yeah.
You know.
Is this one of your favorite of your collection?
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
We sold my 26 Chevy sedan, all original. I used to drive that around.
Oh, wow.
I never had that one up here.
No.
No.
That was more, was that your day-to-day as well?
No.
Well,
Strictly show cars.
Strictly show car. Well, this car is beautiful. I love the horn. It's pretty funny. And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
For touring the car and welcome us to the Sauble Beach show. Now it's time. We're gonna go check out some more cars for some fun in the sun. I messed up my closing line there. Time for more sun, sand, and classic cars. And here we are with Bob and his beautiful Thunderbird. Bob, thanks for bringing the car out today.
Welcome.
Why don't you, what's the make and model of this Thunderbird right here?
1957 Ford Thunderbird. And the car was originally out of Texas.
Okay.
And then it went to Switzerland.
To Switzerland?
Yes, and it was painted over in Switzerland. And they use lacquer paint over there, which doesn't stand up very well. It cracks and stuff.
Is that because of the
heat and the change
cold
in
and all
climate
that? Yeah.
Stuff like that. So when it started to crack, that's when the wife and I decided to get a total frame-off restoration on the car.
Okay. So you got it from Switzerland?
No, I bought it actually in Bob Cajun. At the time, I had a '55 Ford Crown Vic. And we've always, wife and I always wanted to be 55, 56, or 57, because that was the only 3 years that they made that size of them.
Yeah.
So this one came on an ad, so I phoned the guy that had it to see if he'd take a trade. So I ended up driving the 55 down, and he said, yeah, we can make a trade. So
nice.
We ended up trading it. And then once the paint had started to crack, we took it up to Body by Biggs up in Coldwater, near Aurelia, and he took it right down to the bare metal. Every nut and bolt was replaced.
And everything.
So,
nice.
So
did they repaint it the same color?
Yes, that's the original color of it. It's called Sea Mist Blue.
Sea Mist Blue?
Sea Mist Blue.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And when they took it down to the bare metal, he said that it led a very charmed life. It had no metal work done to it.
Oh wow.
Or it didn't need any.
So it's in great shape.
So it was in good shape.
Those Swiss really take care of their cars, eh?
Yeah. So.
Well, it's a beautiful car. I really like the color. Yeah. It's awesome. I'm just mesmerized by these wheels here.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool. Is that the original wheels?
No, my wife bought them for me right near the end of the restoration. The other ones were just straight hubcaps. But these are the Ford Thunderbird wheels. They're not Kelly Hayes, but they are knockoff of that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we put the radial tires on it because the bias tires seem to want to make the car really wander a lot. So
and these ones
radials, it's a lot better.
Oh, nice. Could we check the under the hood?
Yeah.
Want to pop that open for us? Oh, wow.
And the engine was totally rebuilt right from the ground up.
The whole thing, eh?
Yeah.
This thing looks awesome.
The wiring harness in the car is all original from 1957.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They didn't change any of the wires or anything in it.
That's pretty impressive, actually. Yeah. And then everything else was just rebuilt?
Yeah.
This thing's cool.
Yeah.
How much horsepower does this have?
It's about 245. It's a 312 cubic inch 4-barrel.
Okay.
It likes the gas stations. Really likes them. So
I would imagine,
the speedometer goes one way, the gas gauge goes the other. But
yeah. But that's part of the fun with these kind of cars, right? You gotta be able to.
It is fun to drive, and I like it.
Well, it's really cool. Later, we could start it up and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, sure.
Let's check out the interior first. So the interior too is completely redone, you were saying?
Yes, it was redone as well.
It's cool inside. I like the color matches the outside as well. So this is a convertible?
Yes, it's a hardtop convertible. The hardtop snaps off and then you lift it up and over the antenna. And then if you leave it at home and you get caught out in the rain, there is a vinyl white
That pulls right
convertible
up
roof
over.
that comes up over.
The antenna doesn't go any further down to
No,
make it
does
easier?
not. No. They couldn't put a power antenna because of the trunk lid on it.
Right, right.
It's,
This dashboard is pretty cool, eh? It almost
Yeah.
has like a futuristic look with
Yeah.
that, what is that called there, that metal?
That actually swirled aluminum. They call
Swirled
it.
aluminum? Yeah, that
If you
thing,
look
that
at
looks
it,
pretty awesome.
yeah.
I like that. And then you got this huge trunk back here for such
Yeah.
a small car.
There's a bunch of stuff in it, but
That's okay, we don't have to open it. It looks cool. The whole thing is, I really like the logo, the turquoise
Yeah.
green logo. Is that the color of the actual
Yes.
Thunderbird logo?
yes,
And then that brings us to the license plate.
yeah.
Broke now,
Broke now. Yes, that's what I am, but
all because of the car.
yeah. But it was a labor of love.
That's funny. Is that why you got that? Because
Yeah,
you put all
I
your...
wanted empty pockets, but
Empty
that
pockets?
was already gone.
Someone
but,
already
so-
got that
yeah,
one, eh?
So I figured, well, you broke now then. That
That's
was
too
available,
funny.
So,
Can't even afford the license plate I
yeah.
want, eh?
So,
Wow, this is a beautiful car.
thank you.
So these exhausts are pretty unique here.
Yes.
That is, why don't you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah.
They come right through the
Yeah.
back bumper.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
55 had them in a round circle up here.
Yeah.
56 had them cut off. This was on an angle and the exhaust came out that
Come out
way.
the
And then
side.
57, they put them this way.
And then 58, did they change it again? or is-
58, the whole car changed. This was
Okay.
the last year for what they called the baby birds. They're classified as the baby bird.
The baby birds.
So
is that because they got bigger the next
yeah,
year?
they got bigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got bigger every year thereafter that. So
Was this the dream car? Like, have you
yes,
always
it's
wanted
the,
one of
the
these?
wife and I either wanted a 55, 56, or 57.
Yeah.
One of those three, because they only made these styles for 3 years.
Yeah.
So we wanted either any one of them, and
Are those the 3 years of the baby bird?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
55, 56, and 57.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, is there a reason why you wanted this one particular?
Always liked the
Thunderbird, or
lines.
just-
Always just loved the lines on them.
Yeah.
That's just what I always liked that. So
The lines are beautiful.
yeah.
Well, let's see what it sounds like.
All right.
Fire it up. Oh, smooth. That's a smooth sounding engine right there.
Yeah, it runs
That's
good.
clean. Nice. Well, this is really cool. Thanks so much, Bob.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you bringing this beautiful car and giving us a tour.
No problem.
Big shout out to the family in the background.
Hi, family.
Thanks so much. This
Thank
thing's
you.
beautiful. Thank you for bringing it out.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go check out some more classic cars.
All right. Thank you.
We're here with Jim and his monster of a car right here. Jim, thanks for bringing it out today. So tell me, what's the make and model of this beauty?
This is an Edsel Ranger, 2-door, U.S. built. This one was built in Louisville, Kentucky.
In Louisville.
Yeah,
Okay. And how long have you had it for?
18 years now.
18 years?
Yes,
Where did you get it?
we
you remember where
spotted
you
it
got
for
it?
sale in a shopping mall in Florida,
In a shopping mall in Florida.
in the parking area. Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't like inside the
Well,
mall.
no, it wasn't inside.
That's cool. So you were down in Florida, you saw the car,
Yeah,
and then just had to have it.
I just had to convince the other half owner.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, this thing's awesome. I am loving the front end here. This thing is a beast right at the front. So tell me a little bit about the body of this car and the front grille and the history of these Rangers.
Well, there is a model of a 58 in the back window there.
Okay,
It's different
from this one.
moldings from this one, and it gives you a good idea of what they changed.
Yeah,
They only built Edsels for 2 years and 2 months. The 2 months was the 1960 model year.
right.
Yeah. But this one, in 58, the headlights were in the fenders.
Okay,
59, they put them in the grill. The collar here in 58 was bigger. Then in 59, they made it smaller.
okay.
So,
How about down the side here? This is awesome. Like the way that it comes down,
well,
the lines on it.
yeah, I like this side molding far better than the 60 or the 58.
What did they have on the 58 that's different?
58, if you just, Jed, take a look in there and you'll see how that rear panel is.
Oh yeah, it was just straight right across.
Yeah, and then it was a big sweep just behind the door.
Yeah, but it had the kind of a wing or a fin at the end.
Yeah, a little bit of a fin.
Yeah.
Different taillights.
That's too cool.
When they made these, they came down the assembly line in between all the Ford product cars.
Oh yeah?
They didn't have their own assembly line.
Okay. So these were built in Ford factories.
Yep.
These are cool. This thing is a beast. The inside is
Massive.
huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
The back is awesome. You know what? Just the way that it folds out like that.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
58,
car.
it folded out like that too, but the taillights were different.
Yeah, the taillights are a little bit
Yeah.
different like that. They're pointed at the end here too.
These taillights were made for a previous Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were using up parts that they had
That they had,
to build these. Yeah.
yeah, to put these together. This is cool. So you got this car. Did you get it and it was road ready when you got it, or did you have to put some work into it to get it road
buying
ready?
it in Florida, I probably could have driven it up here
Right
from
away,
down
yeah.
there. Yeah. But we trailered it, and when I got it here, I had to get it safety done.
Yeah, yeah.
But the garage I took it to, he couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It's had good service.
So did all the 59s have the chrome like this around,
Yeah.
or is that an option to get?
No, that's the way they were built.
This is really cool. What I really want to see is under the hood.
Well, I can
mean,
do
if the
that.
car is this big, I can only imagine how big it is under there.
Yeah, I'll pop the hood for you.
Let's go check it out. All right. Look at that. Now that is interesting, eh? Like the clear,
The glass bowl, it's a Holly carburetor.
that's kind of sweet. Yeah, it is. It's not as compact in there as I thought it was going to be.
But
So
yet
what's
you
the
get
size of this engine here?
A 223 cubic inch.
Okay. This thing's a beauty.
Mileage maker 6, they called them.
Mileage maker 6?
Yeah, that's what Ford designated them as.
Okay. This is cool. What's the horsepower on this thing?
144.
144, eh?
Yeah,
Is it a smooth ride?
very
Oh, yeah.
long wheelbase.
Oh, nice.
But this wheelbase is 3 inches shorter than the bigger bodied cars.
Okay. But it still runs nice and smooth.
Yeah,
Well, this thing is, it does. It almost looks like the whole engine is shifted sideways with the filter on the side like that.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Is there any other cars that you know of that have it built like that?
I don't know anyone other than myself that has an Edsel with a 6-cylinder engine in it.
Fair enough. You know what? Same with me. You're the only one I know. Edsel with a 6-cylinder engine.
I know 2 other people have 59 Edsels, but they're V8s.
Yeah, yeah. That engine's amazing. So tell me, do you know a little bit about the Edsel history? Like they only made them for 2 years
And then 2 months for
and 2
the
months
next-
after
yeah.
that for the 60. So what happened? Did it not? Did people weren't buying them? Were they too expensive to make? Do you know anything about that?
Money was tight. Smaller cars were being built,
Yeah.
and this size car hit the market at the wrong time.
Right.
They spent years developing this, and Henry did it for his son, whose name was Edsel.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in the early 50s, everyone wanted the bigger cars, bigger cars.
Yeah. Then price of fuel was going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the interior is cool. Why don't you tell us? You got a bunch of trophies in the back there. Before we wrap it up, I'd love to hear the story about a couple of those.
Well, a couple of those you just have to show up and they'd give you something because you did.
There you go.
But-
Thanks for coming.
But a
trophies.
couple of them too are also things that we did with our friends. I used to have a motorhome at one time,
Oh, okay.
and we would all go in car rallies and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So just for fun thing.
Yeah.
Well, It's cool to ride around with the trophies anyways.
Oh, it is.
Show it off a little.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, this is a really cool car. This is one of the most unique cars I've seen at the show here in Sauble. And, you know, I hope you keep coming out so people can enjoy it.
Well, I'll be doing that as long as I can.
Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jed.
And let's go check out some more cars. And now it's time for Sola's pick of the night. We're here with Gary and his 39 Chieftain. Thanks for coming out, Gary.
Yes, thank you.
I'd love to hear a little bit of the story about this car. How long have you had it? Where did you get this?
I've actually had it about 5 or 6 years, and I got very lucky. I live in Sauble Beach, but I still have my house in Burlington.
Okay.
So I drive there periodically to do renovations in between renters and stuff. So the one time I was heading down with my son, and I just happened to go through like Godridge or whatever it was, and I look over and this car was in a gas station in between two vehicles. So all I saw was this part, and I'm going to my son, I have to see this. And we were in a rush too.
Yeah.
So we wheel around and we pull in, and I walk around the car, and I didn't even think it was for sale. The guy had a little for sale sign about this big in the back window, and I'm going, oh my God. So I called him. He was an older gentleman. He came down, and we took it for a drive, and I said, can I drive it? And he goes, no, I don't let nobody drive it. And I go, okay. I was sort of not losing interest, but a little like, what's going on, you know? But it didn't worry me because I was such in love with it. So we drove around town, and then we pull in, and we started talking about it, and he was started like, oh, I put it in the storage, and I said, how much did you want? And he goes, well, originally I wanted 20 or 21, something like that. And I go, so I paused for a minute because I didn't know what it was worth, right?
Right.
And I go, okay, will you take 10? And he goes, I can't take 10. And I go, okay, I'm waiting for 18 or 17. And he goes, but I can take 11. And I go, oh my God.
Negotiation of the year right there.
And my son is like, yeah, take it, Dad. I said, yep, it's mine. So I held up, I ran to the bank to get him a deposit because we're just passing through.
Right.
And the girl at the bank said, how much do you want? I said, 11, I was getting a couple thousand, but she goes, do you want the whole amount? I said, sure. And anyway, she hands me a registered check thing for $11,000. I bring it back, I give it to him. He writes me a little receipt, and we drive off. Because I'm like, I can't believe I got this. I can't believe I got this. So we drive to Burlington. We're sleeping on the floor that night. And anyways, I knock on the floor. And my son goes, yes. And I said, did I just lose 11,000 bucks? I just gave a guy 11,000 bucks and then drove away.
Well, you got a piece of paper back.
Yeah. But so anyways, he goes, my son goes, I noticed you had Mel 39 on the plates. We can track them. I go, good. So the next morning I called him. I said, on the way back, I want to see it.
Yeah.
So on the way back, we went to a storage shed, actually. He had it in storage. And I went to his trailer. He had a trailer.
I saw the car.
It was kind of funny because his name sounded like a big resort.
Yeah.
And here he is in a little trailer. So then I got a little more documentation off him. I drove home. He actually must have called my wife because my wife said, did you buy a car? I said, dear, I'm always looking, you know that. And anyways, a week after that, I went and picked it up and I drove it home.
Then you drove it back
I was
home.
like, I can't believe that.
That's awesome. So you actually never even drove it until you bought it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool though. What a story.
This is a gem. This
is too cool. Yeah.
Exactly the way I got it. Mine is cleaned up a little bit, but I drive it around town. It's 3-speed on the column, and 3-speed in the column. And I don't know if it's the tires, but if you get into a little line, it sort of pulls you over a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It pulls you back, but I love it. I love it.
That's part of it, right?
So the back has got suicide doors.
That open like that. That's kind of
like
cool.
that. And I got some plates off a guy once, 1939. I might put them on, restore them, and then put them on. And virtually I just polish it up. And apparently this was an option, because with this car, a guy told me that knows a little bit about it. He said originally it just comes down from here.
So there was no trunk on it?
Yeah, so originally this is like an added option you buy when you get it in 1939.
Oh, no way.
Somebody wanted this, and it just opens up. It gives you a little more trunk space. And of course I put my chairs and
whatever you need.
It's got a spare tire in there too, so
a
nice spare, and so. But also with the bumper at the front, I'll show you that.
Let's see it.
The guy, a body guy, told me this is an exceptional option. And he said, never park this because somebody will take this.
We'll take it right off.
Because a lot of cars don't have it. And it has a 6-cylinder. It has, with a 3-speed, doesn't go overly fast, like about 45, 50. I've done 60, but it's starting to wind out a bit.
Yeah.
And the guy bought it and said, I never take it over 40. And I take it up a little more when I go to Southampton.
Right.
And come back with the car shows. But generally, I just drive it around here.
But for 39, was that quick for 39?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a good moving car. And also, I'm not sure if it came with the flathead, but somebody said they thought this would have been a pretty close motor. This might have been a tractor motor, and then they convert it, and then they started putting it in cars. That I pick up little bits through the years, and the guy said, this is a powerful motor. He said, actually, will run on virtually no oil at all. And I'm not going to try it, of course.
I wouldn't try that either.
But push it down, and then it locks. I've learned because I used to put my hand in there. After the first 2 grips on your fingers, and that's your air vent to the top.
This is awesome. This is a super cool car, Gary.
Thanks.
Really appreciate you bringing it out.
Yeah.
And
thanks.
I hope when you get home tonight, you enjoy this 6-pack of Sauble's Brew.
Another one. No.
Another one.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I look for you guys.
Yeah. And that's the whole night. Thanks for joining us for another Sauble Beach Car Show. We'll be back next week for more sun, sand, and classic cars.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hi, I'm Lynn from Third Eye View, and welcome to a brand new season that we're looking forward to. We have some return guests and some brand new guests. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your summer, stay safe.
Hi, I'm Ian Boddy, Mayor of the City of Owen Sound. Whether it's improving our parks, fixing roads, or planning our future for the city, it impacts all of us. Please tune in on Monday nights at 5